Hello, storytellers. It's Storytelling Ron, and this is a Christian role-playing game. This is the one, as you can see on the screen there, The Pulses of the Epoch, Christians in Space and Dark Ages. And I'm here to show that Christians can play a role-playing game as Christians and still have all the adventure and fun. Now, it's interesting. I got one of the players that playtested for the first time was saying to me on Discord that he had a difficult time, and this was a first game for him, and it was only 2 of them, but he had a difficult time in the sense of he didn't want to kill. He's so used to killing, like in the games, hero quests. He's so used to just fighting the bad guys and killing them, and for him to have to stop and try to evangelize or and not kill them, he found that different. And I'm going to go out on a limb, not this him himself, but me, and I think most of us. That's what we want to do. We want to go and fight and kill and win and get the treasure and save the day. That's how we've been taught to play role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons and all that. And that's how we feed our addiction. And I'm not against it, but I'm just like, man, that's all we've been doing. But that's not true heroism. True heroism is saving souls. And that's where our medieval history comes from. That's how we enjoy it so much. The reason we enjoy fantasy in medieval history is because there was good guys. And what are the good guys? Do they go around just killing bad things and then saving the day? But they went around and they weren't just bloodlust killing. They were trying to convert. They were trying to get people to stop being evil. The Vikings is probably the best example of that, where we successfully stopped them. It took hundreds of years, but we stopped them from being evil, and they converted to Christianity. And look at that history back and forth. And there's plenty of violence, plenty of adventure, but the finality of it was converting them to Christianity. And we are erasing Christianity from our stories. And look at the culture today. My videos are about that. The church is weak today, obviously. The percentages of people attending has gone down dramatically, and people are going crazy, and they're getting easily offended and stuff. And the reason is because the church and us Christians we're not out and proud, and we don't have pride. We're not out and vociferous. We're not rebuking sin anymore. We're retreating from sin. We're conciliatory towards sin. We're mamby-pamby towards sin. We should be rebuking. Just rebuking. That's evil. That's wrong. That's a sin. That's what we should just be doing, I think. I don't think we should be mamby-pamming, because mamby-pamming with evil gives evil power. And I'm talking about evil that takes over people's lives. I'm not saying necessarily that these people are evil and that they need help and we need to coddle them. I'm saying we need to tell them they're evil and stop it. And then they will clear up their evil if they're being rebuked. Some of them will fight. That's why there was a prevalence of mental institutions in the past, because some people were so offended and so evil and so woke and so detrimental to society that we put them in mental institutions. Ones that weren't like hurting people, but they were probably hurting themselves. And they had to shape up or stay there, those were probably very Christian, at least the people that worked there that, dealt with these people. And some of them just stayed there like crazies. That's what else are you going to do if you're going to be that crazy and self-destructive? By the way, this video is about me prepping a game. Anyway, so my game is about what I know, what I've always loved and been a part of is storytelling, and then role-playing games is obviously a incredible tool and mechanic for storytelling. A collaborative storytelling, sitting around storytelling, working on a story together, setting precedences, setting rules, setting a sandbox that we all can go and create a story together with. Everything about role-playing games is storytelling. I just decided to do this. I use Foundry, and you can make tokens. You can also do notes, which I don't like. I don't like the way notes work in this game. I'm kind of like, it's a little annoying the way notes are. Where's notes? Right here, notes. So if I place a note down, all right, I'm placing a note here. Yay. Now this is all I get. So what I have to do, there's the note, okay? But I can't access the note from here, which is really annoying. What I have to do is have a corresponding journal entry, which I then have to write over here and create a journal entry. And that's a little annoying. I just want it right on the page, right here, you know. So, oops. So what I just decided just now, literally before I start, is, hey, I'll just use tokens and create the note in here. And these are notes based on just what I have in this map. What's going on in here. And this note here, I'm actually going to change, I changed it here, but it didn't change it on the freaking, let me change it here, because it's going to be the same. I link actor data, fine, whatever. Let me find the book. I just want the update token, and I wish it would update this, but it doesn't. You have to like, what? Now why it doesn't, oh, that's because I did it on the screen, not in there. Do this again. Oh. Okay, so this is my note, and actually it's literally a token, but I'm changing it into a note thing. And that way I can write my little, oh, I didn't even get to save it. Darn it. Because I wrote the note in the screen and not over there on this thing. What I wrote in there. I mean, I could do it again. Okay, so the cult idol, which they worship, is really just, well, is really a med lab plus D6. So they can add that to their ship, or they can give it to the church in the area to give them a med lab, which would really help them. So they're gonna have a conundrum there, right? A moral conundrum. Do they take it for themselves? Because, you know, they're missionaries and they gotta go out and do things. Or do they give it to the church, and then hopefully the church will in turn help them. And that is really a med lab plus D6. So that med lab is going to be, and this is it right here, by the way. I have it hidden, but in this room. And if that's the case, I'm going to take out this I put in a dreadnought, these dreadnought floorings, thinking that would add some sort of creepiness, but I think I'm going to take them out because I don't want to have two different narratives going on here. Just want to have one narrative. So let me take that out. So it's just this weird red thing here that they freak out. I'm going to say that it's blood coming down. I'm going to describe it as it is just a med lab thing, but is painted blood red. Is it real blood? It is real blood from drawn blood that she makes her evil concoctions. Now, the machine itself is just a laboratory thing. So, but she's making, she makes rage drugs, something like that. So she makes rage drugs, which then make all the cult members crazed, and that's what she's preparing for them. So she has a plus D10 because she has her own drug ritual, and then the med lab is plus D6. So that's D6 is 2 ranks of die ranks, right? D4, D6, and then the 2 more, the other plus D6, D8, D10. So she has a plus D10 to drug making. Put that down real quick. Drug making. And she's making, I'm going to say she makes, I'm going to keep it simple and say they all have rage plus D4 melee plus D4 vigor, which is vitality, which is hit points, and plus D4 damage. Yep. So, you know, damages their psyche. You know, they're crazed. So that's what they're all taking, and so they're all going to be crazed. And I'm going to have to switch then, give them another weapon. Like they're going to, you know, use rage blades. So plus so this is the main weapon they're going to be using because they're all like raged. Plus D4. So +1, plus T4. Yeah, that's their attack. Damage is D6 plus T4 because they're. I'm gonna put an asterisk there because that's the rage. And let me give them their vigor plus T4. So I'll just say 2 because it's average. Plus 2 because that's the rage. So, but this is a 7. Right here. Oh, their armor, the defense is 14. No, wait, this is their hit points. Why do I have set? Oh, this is the default. I never changed. Ah, it's not going to be. Let me. Hold on. I don't know if this is going to save on the regular because it says token here. Where do I have all these people on this list? Under mutants? No. Pagans. Where's pagans? I should have made a copy of it. Galaxian encounters. Where are these people? The first show? No. See, this is the tough thing. If you're typing in here, if you're typing in the main this area, and you don't have you don't remember, then it's not going to store anywhere else. Like over here, if you delete these guys or whatever, and see this guy's not getting it either because they're not all attached to the one guy I just did it to. So I should make a whenever you make your tokens on the right. For me, I got to remember to. For specific areas, I tend to change personalize the. I try to make generic tokens, and then during a specific scene, I'll personalize those tokens on the screen here, but it won't update all the rest of them because these are all the generic ones for this area, and then it definitely won't update up then there. So if I delete this guy, I miss the whole thing. And this Athassel here is a token I made her, but on the list here she is just a generic. NPC sorceress, see, and then it has that. So I don't have her on here. So I gotta I don't think I've made a folder specific. Okay, so Taco Tuesday is. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let me rename this to Thursday. Oh, this is the Thursday game. Thursday series. Thursday game. I'm gonna say that Thursday game. So I should really put in her in there. Just so I have this specific, because I'll use this Empress Sorceress again at some point, and I don't want to use the same Athassel. But let me duplicate her. See, now I gotta update this to Athassel here, just so I know I have it, on the right, and I don't lose it. Because it's just because sometimes I'll delete these whole maps and forget about that I have all these maybe personal. Unique thing. What the heck just happened here? What? Try this again. Just want to copy that. Put it in here. Seriously? Did I just break it? Close it. Try this again. Wow, it's just kind of corrupted or something. I can't even. Or is it? The heck? Is this? Oh, and what? What is? Close. Oh boy, I don't know what I did there. Let me delete it and do it to start over. Delete. Duplicate. I don't know if you want to watch this or not. Maybe this is not that exciting to you, but this is one of those learn as we go things. Athassel. Okay. Now I'm going to bring her out here. I gotta remember to make these things on the side here as opposed to in. I just get excited and throw things into the screen and forget that. I wish I could somehow put these. Let's see, copy. Okay, maybe that's how you do it. I copied it to clipboard. I don't know what that means. Can I? No. Let me see. Copy. Can I paste? I don't know what this is. Okay. I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to use this thing. Unless it's in here. And I paste. I don't know what this is. Create a compendium. Sci-fi. Oh, what's this? Sci-fi actors. I don't know why I have this in here. I don't know what that is. What's going on here? So I'm getting brain dead here. I don't know. I'm doing the whole rabbit hole thing here. All right, let me just put this. Whatever. No, that's okay. I don't need this to delete. Yes, I'm gonna delete. Let me copy this guy. Duplicate. Move it in here. Got this. Copy this. I just added this. I'll add that too. So let me go ahead and do this. Copy. Put it in here. Red Cult with Rage Drug. How about that? Okay. So that's this guy. I'm gonna delete these. We'll put this guy here because some of these do not have the drug. They're you know, she knows that they need to be firing. And they're expecting some variation here. I only got 3 variations. Okay. So these are all a crazed, raged. Oh gosh, don't. No, let me see. Undo. Z. I just don't know if I customize this guy. No. Okay, and of course there's a killer bot here. Get rid of that one. Put this one here. There's a killer bot or a security bot. She's behind here. I'm gonna do 3 at a time. And let me do that. Let me do 2 at a time. I think they're gonna go straight to this building, so that, because they don't know where they're gonna land. They're definitely gonna land somewhere. I'll do it like that. It's got, yeah, I'll do that. Okay. What am I doing? Oh my gosh, I should be talking to you. So we have 3 cult members in here. They're raged. They're gonna attack with rage blades. They're gonna hide in this building because they know they can't outshoot them. Well, you know, but they're raged, so they don't even know what they're doing. They're just crazed. Same with this in here. She's hiding there. There's a security bot, and these guys are gonna rush forward, crazed. And this guy is all set up. He's got a defense of 14, save D12 for his robot armor, 10. They can plow through that pretty quick. But you know what? I'm not gonna change it. Dual laser guns +3 plus D4, because it's dual and he's a robot. Does D12 damage, and that's it. Just basic. Bioscan plus D4, so it'll kind of scan and look around for them. Know where they are. Not surprised kind of thing. That's it. These are light lasers. They'll be shooting. Oh, here we got the rockets. So I'm gonna make this shoot every other. Only 2 rockets. The guy is not very good, so see how that goes. This, you know, these are tokens, and I have the stats of the guns on them. It's relatively easy for the ship to shoot those guns down. they have a penalty. I should make a rule about that. There is a rule in there about trying to target a specific area is really difficult, but if it's a stationary base, you can do it. Defense 16, defense 14. The reason I gave them those is because they're just stationary and small. 12 is the normal, but they're small. They're going to be smaller than the ships. So the ship, so they're just that much smaller. So 14 to hit it. And here's their ship, and they haven't attacked this base, by the way, yet. But I just put the ship there temporarily, I think. This might be the older ship. Let me see. Yes, it is. All right, let me copy this one. Placed. Yes, this is the older ship. Delete that. This here needs to be bigger. Yeah. Just guesstimating the size, doesn't matter. And this is their ship as a token. Although that's the older one. Let me delete that one and get the bigger, newer one. Oh, that is it. That is it. Okay. I think they got hit. No, they didn't. No damage. Right, in the orbit of battle, did they get hit? I don't think so. Nope. And they are linked. Okay. Gotta remember that. To the one on the right. Okay, so what am I doing here? So this is where we're starting off the next game, episode 5, I think. Where they're boarding, they're gonna board this red cult. And look, they've already damaged the engines. Here is the thing on the ship. This is the parts of the ship. As you can see, they did a -6 to controls. And the hull is 6, so that means it's destroyed or damaged. Armory is damaged, so they lose all of any kind of guns or weapons that I had stored in there. The cargo damaged, so they took out half the cargo, and I put that here. They took out I rolled a die randomly to decide this one, or there's 2 cargos. So they took out the one with the fuel and the ammo. And I figured the ammo because the armor is destroyed. Life support is still going. Engines is down. That definitely, if the fuel is out. Drives is down. Gunners -1. So they got 1 gunner left. So they really just... This ship is completely disabled. Now... So they're boarding. And the next thing they're going to do here is attack. They're going to come in and attack the ship. So, how am I playing this out? I just want to put this one above that one. I don't know if that really matters. Like that. So they got to come in. I should make these guys surrender because think about it, they're dead in the water. They lost 2 of their crew already. These 2 are dead. So there's only 3 guys left. But they're the blood red. Plus D6 denouement, fight to the death. So I'm gonna roll to be. If I'm gonna ask them to say anything they want. Mando has died. He's, the guy can't really play. He's working during the hours that we play. So, because of the Hollywood strike, he's gonna do a regular job. So these guys are plus D6 denouement, plus D4 for regular denouement, so they're going to be a plus D8. So they're plus D8, but all of these all of these things are destroyed. So I need to I need to bring that down now to possibly a plus D4. But I really want to make them crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them roll to see if they can persuade them to put down their arms, and if it's convincing enough, then I will definitely do a denouement roll for them. But it's not going to take much. Just a 12, I think, to do it. And then they may surrender because everything is ruined. In this they got out their controls here. Oh, does that show in here? Oh, I didn't write that down. Let me write that down. Jeez. So in here, whenever they take damage, I how many? What is their whole 6? Oh, so they have 6 as well per part. So they're at -6. I'm gonna say. I don't remember if it was worse than that or not, but I don't think it was utterly destroyed. It was just, you know, destroyed there. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so now what? So this is the game. So they're gonna take out this red cult raider. This is a ship. They come from this base. So I'm assuming they're gonna come and attack this base. Oh, that building should not be hidden. That would be weird. Can't find the main area. Okay, so they're gonna come to this base, and this base is hidden in the clouds by this gravity well. The concept here is that there's a lot of platforms above with togas living there, and togas are like Jawas, and they're suffering. They're isolated on these platforms. They've been abandoned by the Empire after a great war, but they're floating. These platforms are all scattered across the upper atmosphere, and below, and the clouds are below. In this base, along with the church, has a grab well. This is a red cult base as well, that the missionaries had defeated and took over. So they have a church on this planet now that's going to go out and do ministry to the rest of the platforms. This one is still occupied by the red cult, and they are trying to sabotage these new Christian. You know, they don't know who Christians are because no one's ever heard the gospel in the galaxy. So they're trying to sabotage this new faction of Christians, and stop them from going from platform to platform to convert the togas. And obviously that's even the way it happens in history, right? That's the way, this is real fantasy. This is the way medieval history has built up. In medieval history that we so use now and love and replicate in our role-playing games while removing Christianity. But the truth of the matter, this is the conflict. This is the event. Sorry, burping some Italian bread toast. This is the conflict that we have taken out Christianity and pretend now pagans are just fighting other pagans, and you got to be a good pagan versus the bad pagans. But there are no good pagans. But anyway, you know, and that's how you have to be in life. Be a good pagan. You know, and that's what they're doing. That's what the role-playing games are now teaching kids. That's why you Christians, come on, man, you have got to get off of this. You have got to get off of this notion that to be a hero, you have to kill bad monsters and get treasures and get XP and tell everyone we saved you and we're going to go out and save other people. You're not going to save them. It's Christ that's going to save them. The church, through the church. And that's what you need to really do. That's the real victory. But you're still gonna have fun adventure. So I've got the base set up for them to go check out, and the mining operation. They're gonna go return to the mines, hopefully, because the togas want to return here because they have converted this toga platform. And what I mean by convert too is not. I got to come up with a better word, but they're receptive to the church and the gospel. So they're not gonna fight off the church. You know, they're going to allow the church to come. So they're receptive to the word, because the Christians have proven that they're good and helpful, and they fought off these crabbies for them. They cleared out these security bots that were controlling this other platform. So now the togas can live here, you know, have more stuff to check out. Because they're eating them now. Yeah. And this is the shuttle. I'll just move that over here. This is one of the characters, another character, another character. And Mando, I'm gonna miss Keith. He's a really good player. But unfortunately, he does have to work. I mean, that's life. So these guys have all their cool little things going on. They're salvaging stuff. Okay. I might, hopefully the players are not watching this, I might, well, I'm pretty sure this Dreadbot here has a little signal in it, and the Nexus plotters, which is the Dreadbot's scout ships, will eventually detect it and then come down to get it or something and wreak havoc on this place. I don't know yet. I'm trying to, you know, I'll place that in when I feel like it, you know, like when it feels right. But right now I'm letting them kind of do a couple things, and I do want them to eventually get off this planet and go somewhere else. I don't want them to go, you know, spend too much time on this planet because they want to explore. But I also need to create other planets. I mean, I have them created. I just need to put them in here, logistically speaking, in Foundry, because I do have Leyland star with a planet, and Wolf with its 3 planets, and they've got some stuff going on. Oh, I haven't done anything for that one yet. Okay, I got Raptoran. Actually, it's Raptora, I think. Rename that. It's Raptora. Oh wait, Tatooine, Raptorine. Call it Raptorine. I need to change that in the booklet. Sulaqua, which is an ocean world with the Tuscans, and Raptorine has the reptilians, and planet Direwolf is more of it's a hydroscoop station, so it has more of a space station feel to it, but it's a low-tech kind of space station. So those are 3 planets at Wolfstar or Wolf 1061. And these are the actual stars in the area, in, you know, in the solar system, or not solar system, Milky Way. So I'll end it here, but this is me prepping and getting things ready and fumbling with Foundry. But this is the kind of stuff that you on a table can do as well. It's, you know, it's a lot of work for GM. It's also a lot of fun, and playing a sci-fi adventure is, you know. Oh, the mining operation. Let me go through this real quick. So they've already been here, and they've already gone through and fought off some crabs and killed them, and then fought off these wormy things. Where are they? They're here. Here's one of them. If you can see it. Wormy guys, space worms, and they're kind of dangerous. Made them a little dangerous. They come out of these holes down here, and they found the Dreadbot stuff and took it. But they're going to come back to this because they want to get the crabs for the togas. So they think they're going to have a fun, safe journey to get all this stuff. But I'm going to have this giant. I've created another worm. And this is a fresh hole, right? And this worm has awoken because of all the noises they made, and he ate up all the crab things. So I should actually make this down here, like that. Actually, you know what? That way, and then if they get away, I will do another one, like over here chasing them, you know, like comes after him kind of thing. And the tunnel, you know, comes from over here as well. That's how mean I am. Kind of a thing. Bump, bump, bump. Just in case. Just gotta remember that. Kind of a thing. Like that. Okay, so this guy is a little more dangerous. Vigor of 18, defense 14, save d6. Corrosive tongue, +2 and a +d4. He's really good at it. So grapple 14. If he hits, they have to save do an aggression test or awareness of 14. Otherwise, or they'll be grappled. And then there's a corrosiveness, so it's going to be -d4 to armor your weapon if they don't save versus the 14 for that. Oh, if they're grappled, then he does a bite. Yeah, if they're grappled, then the thing bites them because it brings them in and bites them. And then that's a corrosive 14. I don't think the corrosive 14 actually gets a save. I'm just going to make it corrosive. So it's -d4 to, yeah, because I don't want to keep rolling dice. Just, it's corrosive. So -d4, corrosive, to -d4 to armor, weapon, or gear. So I'll roll randomly. The bite gets a +4. I don't want to keep doing a bunch of gravel saves. I'm just going to say this is a plus D4 because he's really good at it. And then just automatic smothered D6 per turn. So a smothered, oh, D6 damage per turn. Per turn and more corrosive. And more corrosion. Minus D4 to armor gear. So if something's already minus D4, it's going to go to minus D6 that turn, then minus D8. So it's corroding it. Once it gets to past minus D12, it's destroyed. Squirm Stomp against anyone around it. D8 damage, reaction. So this is if someone attacks it, if there's more than one person, if someone else comes and attacks it, it's just squirming around, beating and bashing. You know, and then they get this is a free attack on anyone around it. Play that out. So, Giant Space Leech. Ooh, let me now look under tokens. Critters only. Giant. Did this? No, it did not. See, it didn't update. My fixes. Nope. Okay. See, I kind of don't like that. I wish it would just do it automatically. You know? Oh, I deleted it. That's a little scary too, but whatever. And I'm sure it's going to be going the other way, coming after them. So that's my little fun adventure here. Oh, let me put all, just for the fun of it, I'm going to put all of the crabbies here, so that when if they do, they can get, you know, all their fun stuff. That's the treasure, a bunch of rations. So let me write that down. I'm gonna write down I'm gonna make a default notes token of notes. This is a default one, so that whenever I can just copy this, and use it in here. Let me just make sure it doesn't save it. Yes, it does. Okay, let me turn off this, because I guess it's just, you know, this is a quick note. So as long as I don't delete it, it'll stay in this map. I mean, it's just a note for this map. So treasure, food, 50. Rations rather. Rations. I'm gonna say 100 because it'll be like a lot. Right, for togas, maybe not for them, but because it's just a horde of rations. 100. Because it's like soil too. Like rations refers to food, life support, everything like that. So anything, you know, it's not just food. It's not just edible food. It's stuff that they can use to make food. Stuff that enrich their farming or pots and soil and stuff. So in that regard, yes, 100. And that's the thing, you need to keep it simple. That's what I'm doing with the supplies. I'm trying to keep simple supplies, like low tech, high tech, rations, scrap, so that it covers a whole broad area of their lives. So rations literally is just life support, whatever they can use for life support. And thusly in the mundane activities that we don't roleplay, and there are mundane activities of the story or the characters in the story, they convert or, you know, make these things into edible or whatever they need. Okay, rations 100. I'm gonna say 2. Now this is not too high tech, they find as well. Okay. This is not random. This is big worm horde. Big worm horde. Okay. Oh, and I want this to be. I want this. Oh, it changed it in here, man. I didn't. It's not linked. Ah. Freaking linked. I'm trying to make a generic one in here. Okay, not linked. Whoops. Okay, I don't want this here. Let me clean this up. I'm just, recording this and letting you decide how long you want to watch this mundaneness. Okay, this one is generic. Token notes blank. Okay, that's what this is supposed to be. Blank. No links. Okay. This one is not supposed to exist. So let me put this in here. Then I'm going to copy this. I can just type it out, but whatever. Copy. Put it in here. Why am I recording this? I don't know. But it's something that I'm learning, so maybe you want to learn. That's why I'm doing it. Okay, so get all that. The reason I'm doing this is because I want. This is just a quick note. I want it to be in here. I don't want to fill up my actor's side with a bunch of freaking notes. So this, and let me change it to big worm horde. I'm putting a Y so I know that it's not the other one. Okay. Oh, and then I want to show it. Why doesn't it change? I don't know why. Always for owner. They don't need to see it. So big worm horde. Okay, good. It's not this one. Let me delete this one. Okay, because this is just a template for this thing here, just to remind me what's in there. And that's kind of cool if they find that. Oh, there's some worms here. Put these down here as well. Because those are all been killed by the big worm. He heard the noises, he went up there and got them all. And then this, if they can salvage it, is let me do that too. Let me put a little note here. Because I want to, what I found it in the game when I'm playing. Oh, let me change this to do this again. Sorry. What I find when I'm in the game, I forget. I can't. It's funny. I can't think of the treasures to quickly give them. I got to put it in the. And that's true for any. For anybody. Token notes. Oops. Do it again. Always for owner. Let me just see if that works. Token notes blank. Okay. Hide. Change this to. It's not going to show this. It's so annoying. Dreadbot. That is a thing. Dreadbot. Work lab. No. Dreadbot station. Remote station. Remote station. So what is that? Okay, good. Showing it here. The Dreadbot remote station is it gives a plus D4 to Dreadbot repair and refuel. It is a to Intel TR20 to decipher what it is, and a salvage tech TR22 to salvage, because it's a really otherwise it is destroyed. They will get so they have to get above a 22 to salvage. I'm gonna say above a 20 to salvage. So that means they have to get a 24 to get a D4 salvage, and then a 26. So it's hard, because I want this to be hard. 26 to otherwise. What it is and can be DRR to salvage. Okay, so see, that's why you need a scientist. They don't have a scientist, so I'm gonna teach them a lesson. But if they can get above a 20, so if they can get a 24 on Intel, then that'll give them a D4. Then they can add that to the salvage roll, you know, along with all their tools, because they have tools to salvage stuff. So they'll get like a plus D4, D6, D8, whatever. So they could get over this 20 and could conceivably, all salvage is high tech and 1 tech spice. See? So that's really cool. So there, that's a cool, neat little thing. So if the guy rolls a salvage of 24, he'll get a D4, high tech, and 1 tech spice. Okay, I'm starting to get a feel now, even myself, as I'm working this out, my salvage stuff. And I got to put this in the PDF, the Christians in Space PDF. I'm having a tough time polishing up the Christians in Space. It's done. But little things like this, like I probably should stop, because you could go on and on and on about homebrewing. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm homebrewing all the little tidbits of stuff for Christians in Space and Apostles of the Apocalypse. So that I keep adding to the game. And so it kind of messes up all my formatting, and I want to add to this and I want to add that. I should probably finish up the salvage and then just clean it all up and get out that first edition, because it's playable. And then all these little things here, you and I as GMs, homebrew, we fix in our own way, because no RPG is going to cover everything. I need to come to that conclusion like now and get that out. And I'm going to make it available for the $40 annual members, but I think I'm going to do like a single one. You can just purchase it for $5 or $10, something cheap as a PDF, and then figure out some printing thing. I want to do Kickstarter where you get a box set, like a fun little box with the book. I have the tokens. I maybe print out the tokens and some cool paper that's in there, so you can cut those out with that cool paper. And then and same with the map pieces. So there's that aspect of it that I want to do. So you have an option there, and then you print them out yourself as well. But yeah, we'll see. All right, I just wanted to thought, hey, let me try and record this and as a GM prep for this Christians in Space, and something you can just listen to or watch. So this is cool. I'm really happy I'm doing these quick little token notes that are just for me on the map. I don't like their note system, so I'm just going to use tokens. Much handier, I think. We'll see. But I noticed that I didn't use the notes. It's not intuitive and immediate enough for me. You have to click on it and then go over to the freaking side to type in what you want. So it's not as quick, and part of my mind thing to quickly do it, open it up, quickly type in something as the juices are flowing, and then close it, and then good. That's part of it. All right. So Christians in Space. We Christians can make a role-playing game where you're doing the exact same stuff in the other role-playing games, except we're real Christians and doing the real victory, which is planting the Church of Jesus Christ and spreading the message and being totally cool. We Christians are way cooler. We own chivalry. Where am I going? Just again, we own chivalry. We own romance. We own compassion. We own love the enemy, right? Pagans are always about vengeance, always about attacking and conquering and enslaving the enemy. We are about compassion, dealing with the culture, and if the culture peaceful. Okay, I'm going on a little rant here. If the culture of, let's say they have slaves, right, and there's a culture of slavery, and their whole economy is of slavery. If they peacefully accept our church, we're not going to go in and conquer and stop them from enslaving immediately. That's the thing about the New Testament. We don't. Same when Jesus was there, he didn't go around stopping slavery immediately, right? He didn't. That's not what he's doing. That's not what a Christian does. If we go in and see they're evil, but they accept us as Christians, they allow us to come in. We don't start going in and start killing everyone and stopping them from slaving others. We convince them to stop doing it. We change them heart. That could take decades, generations, and that's exactly what happened in the Dark Ages. And of course, the pagans and the left and the atheists are complaining that we accepted slavery. Well, we just don't accept conquering. and enforcing. Now, obviously, if you're killing people, we're going to try to stop that immediately. But if the economy of the area is such that they have slaves everywhere, we can't just go in and stop slavery. We have to, hey, you start treating your slaves like human beings. And a lot of the slavery too back then was based on people just selling others that were their children, or they selling themselves, and a lot of it was prisoners of war. So they had no prisons, so what else are you gonna do with them? So we'll make them slaves. So the church is not about going and hey, no. I know plenty of other religions will do that, but Christians are about, okay, let's figure this out. Let's figure out what's going on here. First off, treat them like God's children. I mean, that's in the Bible. You can't just go in and start, swatting everyone for doing the wrong thing. You have to get them to change their hearts, and that's through church. Building a church, having them come to church, learn about God, learn about who God is and who Jesus Christ is and what he's done for us. And then you change your ways towards the people around you. That's the true way of doing it. Okay. All right. Thanks for, I'm just making a video and enjoying myself here. YouTube is fun, as long as they allow me to be on it. Remember, in the game of life, roll fully dice.